Welcome back, Mare Bears. So today, this week's video is going to be a story time. I don't really know how long it's been since my story time last, but yeah, so I'm gonna be doing story time. I've been really wanting to do the story time for so long, but I've had to wait to get out of elementary school and this school that I've been going to before I could tell this because I would probably get in trouble. But I'm out of school now and I graduated. Your girl graduated, so I could tell this story. It's about some teachers. Might add in another extra story time like after this if it's too short. But also, the other two story times that will probably be combined will be next week's video, so it'll be another story time. Sorry, I know if you don't like story times, well, we will get back to the regular programming after that. And so, yeah. So, like, the regular program would be, like, singing and stuff like that. Just comment down below what you guys like most so that I can continue that, you know, every couple of weeks. So, you know, yeah. So, let's get on with this week's video. Okay, so the first person that I'm going to tell you guys about is, let's call her, I don't know, Pineapple. Let's call her Pineapple. Okay, so Pineapple, right, I came to school all upset, and, and she was, like, you know, kind of looked at me weird when I walked in. And so, I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I was upset because my dog had just passed away, you know. If you haven't seen my Rest in Peace Charlie video, you know, that was my dog, and I was really upset, and, so I came to school the next day, and I was really upset, right. And I was late because I was still mourning. I didn't want to go to school, you know. I was fighting my mom, like, I don't want to go to school. So that, and so I gave her the note that said why I was late and stuff, like it just said family emergency. You could go to the office and they can write you a note that it's family emergency, right? And she looked at it like weird, like, and then was like, okay, whatever, you know, she's probably faking, right? While we were in science, we always had science first. I remember this so clearly. We always had science first. During science, she'd call me over because I was in her homeroom, and so she called me over. She's like, Mary, so apparently you're, or no, I didn't get called over during, that was probably for something else, because I was called over with another teacher, and the other teacher was in the room. I was getting in trouble for being late all the time to school, and so I was getting in trouble for being late, and she's like, apparently your family emergency was fake, and I know that because you're always late, and, you know, so I cried my eyes out during recess because, you know, it hurt, you know, and I told my friends, they're like, oh my god, like, you know, that's horrible, and, so, yeah, I was just really devastated to hear that from a teacher, because professionality, because, you know. And I wrote her an email when I got home, and I literally had to tell her, because then she wouldn't have believed me. So I was like, yeah, my family emergency was that my dog died, you know, don't say that, you know. Like, I went off on her. I was so upset, you know. My mom was like, what the hell? She don't have the right to say that, you know. And so that was just a big mess. And it, like, traumatized me for a little while. I didn't look at her for a while. I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna look at her. So, yeah, and then she calls me over the next day. This is when she called me over during science. She was like, well, Mary, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Because you know why I didn't tell you? It was because that would have counted as backsassing a teacher. That's why. I don't want to get written up for that. Thank you. No. So, that's the end of that story. So, the next story about the next teacher, let's call him Bob. Okay, Bob, right? He was our teacher for, like, recess. Like, he would, like, make sure we're in line, you know, make sure we're okay outside, and be our monitor, right? One day we were walking down the stairs, And this had just started randomly. One day, I thought nothing out of it, you know. It kept happening, and I felt so uncomfortable. I told my mom, and I told the principal, and they... Hold on, wait. So, Bob was putting his hands on kids and, like, pushing them to get in line. First off, I go to camp and I have kids. I do not push them. I gently, like, come on, come on. He like kind of pushed me, like grabbed my body, grabbed me by the shoulders, like pushed me. And I was like, looked at my friends behind me. I'm like, okay. It kept happening. I was like, you know what? I feel so uncomfortable. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. So I went to the principal. Oh my God, she yelled at him so much. But guess what? He continued to do it. Whoa. Shocker. And I never went to the principal again because it never happened to me again because he was probably scared of me. That I'm going to tell again because I felt uncomfortable. Don't touch me. Thank you. So I'm going to add that third story into it because, yeah. It kind of goes along, but like, he wasn't a teacher. He was a priest. So I had to also wait for this video because he finally left our church. So now I can tell this video. Guess what? I'm so excited. So one day, I don't know why I'm so happy to tell this story. Get it off my chest. So one day I was at church and I was out the serving, right? Like, I volunteer. I don't get paid for this. Be grateful, please. Thank you very much. I don't get paid for this, so it was a volunteer work. Thank you very much. And I was at church and I was serving, right? And I literally made the tiniest mistake ever. I think I went the wrong way or something, and he like yelled at me. Oh my God. Our poor friend, I'm gonna say his name. Our poor friend Dan, I'm sorry Dan, I love you. But our poor friend Dan is like working up there, you know. And I called my brother and I went in the back and I bawled my eyes out. And poor Dan's like, oh, like what's wrong? I was like, go get Dan, go get Dan. And so, and I was like bawling my eyes out, and Dan's like, okay, you know, I'll fix this, okay. This is where it gets embarrassing. But it gets really real. So I get in the car after, and I'm bawling my eyes out because a priest just yelled at me, and I made the littlest mistake. I don't know, I'm so sensitive. That's just why I was crying and stuff. And I'm bawling my eyes out. My mom turns her car around, pulls in front of the church, and goes in there, talks to him, and yells at him, and I was standing right there, and Dan's like, I was dying laughing in my head, but I couldn't do that because, you know, he was like saying like there was no big deal, and I'm like, no big deal, you just yelled at a child! I'm a child! Like, be professional, dude! And I was just so upset, and I was just like, I'm done. And I like didn't serve for a while. I didn't come to church because that's how you get taken off the schedule, is you don't come to church. If the pianist doesn't see you there, well, he takes you off the schedule. Shout out to you. So I didn't come to church because I was like, yeah, I'm not working with him, so. And then he just left. I think I got him fired because we kind of called someone on him. We called his boss on him. And got him fired. So that's the end of today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and let me know in the comments because I want to know. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and bye!